we will be learning about how to merge duplicates and why duplicates happen. And so we'll just go on from there. So the purpose of the Family Search Family Tree is to create one giant tree, collaborative tree for every person who's lived, and every person has one person page. Now, often we have duplicates, and that happens from time to time. So we want to understand how to recognize duplicates, why they happen, and understand how to merge them when they happen. So first thing, why duplicates happen. So the most common reason why duplicates happen, or one of the most common reasons why duplicates happen, is when a living person on the tree dies. So for example, many of us have when we're building our tree, we have at least a few living people in the tree, usually our parents or grandparents. And so for example, let's say you have a living grandparent in your tree, and your siblings also have that living grandparents in that tree. When that person dies and they update that person page to show that person is deceased, you'll have several duplicates of that grandparent. And you and your siblings and cousins will get together and merge all those person pages into one for that grandparent. Another way that happens is batch indexing. Sometimes when our organization, our company, has indexing projects, that information is added to the Family Search Family Tree, and sometimes people have already added information or a person page, and there's a person page from the indexing project, and then a person page from a user adding their ancestor, and so that's one way that duplicates may happen. And historically, the predecessor to our website, FamilySearch.org, which was named new at FamilySearch.org, didn't have the option to merge profiles, person pages. And so there were duplicates from that. Another way is, for example, maybe two people are working on the same person just from different lines. Maybe you're working on your ancestor who lives in Sweden, for example, and then another person is working on that same ancestor in Sweden, and you both create a page for that person because you just don't know. Like, for example, that person in Sweden doesn't know when they moved to America or where, and so they haven't added that information. And maybe you don't know exactly when they immigrated to the United States and are still trying to find that immigration information for your ancestor. So, those are a few of the reasons why duplicates happen. And the last reason I just want to go over is sometimes the algorithm that we have doesn't pick up that this person already exists in the family tree because the name or the information is just different enough that it just doesn't pick it up. And that can happen especially with older names. An example that I can think of in my own family history is I have some ancestors who grew up in the reservations in Oklahoma, so they have their Americanized name, but they also have their native indigenous name, and those are very different. So maybe someone created that person page under their indigenous name and someone created it under their American name. And so it just sometimes that happens. And so the algorithm doesn't pick it up. And so that's just something we have to look out for. And just some things to know. Uh, an individual can be merged up to 250 times. So, wow, that's a lot of times, but that does happen occasionally. So that's something to be aware of. And don't be afraid to merge, but also don't be careless. Make sure you are positive that this is a duplicate and these people need to be merged. Merging can be undone, but it's best to get it right the first time. And also, Family Search or algorithm will search for merges for you. But don't assume those are real. You need to verify the information and the possible duplicates to see if it's an actual merge or not. And the way to avoid unnecessary merges and to stop people from maybe merging your ancestors incorrectly is just to have as much detailed information about your ancestors as possible. So for example, in a lot of the world, but we'll use Scandinavia again as an example, many people had the name of Petter Nielsen. There are so many Peter Nielsens, Hansens. And so if you just have Peter Nielsen from Sweden, the algorithm is going to find possible duplicates. But if you have more information, such vital information such as baptism, marriage, death, and other things. And so sorry, excuse me. So the more detailed information you have, the better it will be. And so in order to find duplicates, so let's go to our page. So let's say we're on a landscape page. And you just go to the person page from there. So I'll go to Leonard Stockwell. And so the algorithm will show possible duplicates here in the research section of that page. So that's where you'll find any possible duplicates. And so I'm going to go, since I could not find an example in my own family tree, so I'm going to go to one of our articles about how to merge duplicates and some of the pictures, images, and we'll go through that. So let's say you find a possible duplicate. So right here, it shows a duplicate in research help. And so you'll press on that, and then you'll press on review merge. So as you go down, as you press review merge, you'll see this page here. And so when you merge duplicates, there will be a surviving person and then the page that will be deleted. So you can switch them based on maybe one page has more detailed information than the other. And so you want that to be the surviving page. And the way to switch them is, if you see here on the page where my cursor is, you'll see the button switch, and you can switch them. And then once you're done and you reviewed all the information, you can press yes, continue, or if it's not correct, you can just press not a match. And I'll go down. And you keep pressing, and so I'll go down again. So here, this is where you confirm the information. So first is you want to give a reason why this merge is correct. And you can say things along the lines of, they have the same birth dates, the same death dates, maybe they have the same spouse name, or this document shows on both pages shows that they have the same parents. Any reason that you find is important to put here, because when people come and see and review the work and see that a merge has happened and their ancestor has been changed, they'll want to know why. And so it's important to put that information there so they can understand, and that work can stay done. And so, like I said, the algorithm doesn't always pick up duplicate pages. So let's say you find a duplicate page, but it's not showing up in the research help section. So what you can do is, we're going to go back to my person page here, is you can go down and under tools, this section, you'll see possible duplicates. And when you press on possible duplicates, you can search by ID and resolve those duplicates by the ID of both those people. But generally, you'll find most duplicates here in the research help section. Now let's say you have you've seen two people have been merged and it's incorrect, that they are not the same person, but they're actually two different people. You can undo those changes and undo those merges. And the way to do that is, again, you'll be on the person page and you'll scroll down to latest changes, which is right here. So I'm going to go to another article that we have, and they'll have some images. That will be our example. So here, when you go down to the latest changes, you'll see merge completed. And you'll be like, oh, wait, that's not correct. I want to change that. So what you can do is, I'm going to go down to this information, is when you go to all changes, so when you press on show all down here, it's going to show merge completed right here. And then this blue button, which will be over here where it says reference, it would say unmerge. And you're going to press unmerge. And then I'll bring down this menu here when you press unmerge. And you're going to, again, explain the reason why this should be unmerged. And again, put all your reasoning why these people are not the same. whatever that may be. And then you're just going to press unmerge. And that will undo that merge, and that will be shown in the family tree. So that is our presentation for today. Again, this is the objective was to help you learn why merges happen and how to merge duplicate person pages, and also how to unmerge when there has been a mistake.